Because now you cannot cope as engineer with increase of 3 meters in the sea level. Because this, with the wind, it will increase the dynamics to 7 meters. And who can afford to put a levy for this? In Venice, Venice is threatened to go down. And other countries in the Mediterranean, we worked on the Mediterranean on what we call physical adaptation for the Mediterranean countries. And we talked about how we close the sea of the Mediterranean and so on. But this is apart from this. It's, if you're giving an example in the delta was done to increase, yes, we don't have good quality shrimps as it was before. You have erosion in the delta, it's fine, but climate change is far beyond this. The threat of climate change is far beyond this. It's frightening. And the more you know about it, and the more you know about it, really, it's frightening. And it cannot be stopped without a collective political will from everybody. Not ignoring it, not brushing it under the table, because the threat is very real. I will stop here.
Just a clarification. I don't want to be misunderstood. I don't say
No.
that there are no climate changes. I say that several times climate changes are used as an alibi for not taking
Oh, no, we are against this. I'm with you on this.
Okay.
If it is used as alibi, I am against it, yes. But if it is real threat, it's fine. Yes.
Okay. The idea you were speaking of earlier that the world is one, and we should use we instead of me against them, I believe and I preach every day. But I've been asked this question before, and I've answered it in the form as you lead by example. What would you do, or what would you say to someone who is in disagreement with you, who believes that the world can't change, it's always me against them, and they have this form of mentality, and you're speaking to this person, you have to show them the compassion that the world should and can possibly have? What would you say to a person?
And for me, very quickly, keep at it. Don't listen to him.
I feel that he is a victim to something, to illusion, and I wouldn't go in discussion or dialoguing about that I am right, he is wrong, but I would just, show compassion and respect, and at the same time be who I am, because the energy that you give when you are in peace with yourself is more powerful than any words that you are going to say. That is very important, because now we are seeing that kind of prejudice, we're seeing that kind of discrimination, and we see that kind of fanaticism and fundamentalism, and then people who are as a person who is I wouldn't say lead, but I part of a spiritual group. I always tell them, dash your. Not their action. Their action is cruel, is criminal. But these people are victims. They are the creation of our shadow. Because if we keep the hate in our mind, in our heart, against anyone, then this hate is going to materialize in certain group of people. So don't let any residues of hate towards any bad person, but just say that they are victims of ignorance because they don't understand. I could be one of them, because anyone can be one of the other whom we are blamed of, because these others are inside us. So we have to fight that kind of prejudice within us, even the prejudice against them. And in this way, if we are really in peace, then it will reach them. Or if it doesn't reach them, at least that's not going to make new people who are going to be, their hearts will be filled with hatred and violence. So it is just be with the quantum power, just be with the source, just be expression of that source. Then you are not by yourself. I'm not going to do anything by myself as individual, but if I am connected to the source really, then the source is going to be very powerful through me. not me that I'm powerful, but it is the source whom I am connected with. So that's what I would say, because then even spirituality is not an ideology. It's an experience and it's life. You live as a spiritual being, you live with that kind of connection, then you are able to spread love, not because of anything, because you keep that connection.
Yeah, just a second. Okay, Palestine would like to say something. Yeah, yeah.
I
As you
think what
wish.
what you have said, it's very something idealist. I think it's humanity and peace are very complicated notions today in this world, and I think that the challenges are very, very big. So it's very good and it's very positive to think in this way. But I think the reality now is giving us so many, or putting us in so many challenges that it maybe keep us very positive and peaceful. But I think that the world outside is it's not the world that we have known before, like 20 years ago. So it's great, but I think. I'm coming from a place of conflict, so I see that even these words and this concept is not exist anymore. So how can we really challenging ourselves with these notions and concepts? And although of the hard reality, we can really change the world with this concept, with your concept.
Thank you. Okay, you say something, but just I will leave here just a summary of two books for Dr. Alia. One of them, A Force Such as the World Has Never Known. This is Woman Creating Change. And then the other book called The Root of All Evil, but we don't have plenty of summaries. Please, if you would like to take any quotes of it, I will leave it here. As well as this pamphlet for one of the book you can take. You have a very limited number.
You know, I have to respond to this, to your comments, because it's very important. You know, in this book, which is The Root of All Evil, I shared the author in this book was an Israeli officer, and American, and myself as a Muslim. And then, from the witness, from what the Israeli Rachel Falik wrote in this book, I feel that I am really optimistic about that kind of concepts or the energy which I am advocating is going to be, this is the only solution, as a matter of fact. Yes, it seems like we are dreaming. It seems like it's something that is, we are dreaming of something of a word, of a utopian word. It seems like that. But, as a matter of fact, looking at what's going on in the world, as I said, from the hidden, from that kind of energy, from coming here, all these women, from watching the shift. For example, there is a kind of shift movement in the internet, from many people around the world, from self-development, which is spreading everywhere, from my foundation, where people are really hungry for spirituality. From all what I can see, these are signs. Change is not going to happen tomorrow, but it is, if we hold hope, then we are pushing that change forward. If we lose hope, we are not going to change anything, and then the situation is going to be worse. So I am not a dreamy, I am not a utopian. I am keeping hope, keep working. I know in my country the revolution did not change, didn't go the same way that we expected as Egyptian, but that will not stop me from working, will not stop me from doing something for my country. Maybe it's going to will not show tomorrow, but I'm sure it's going to reap its fruits in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for giving such good thoughts. Thank you, all of you, for being part of these sessions.